The first time Myra's sister Lana pressed a hot curling iron against her back, Mira was only 12. Her scream echoed through the entire neighborhood, loud enough that a neighbor called the police. But when they arrived, her mother, Evelyn, calmly told them that Mira was just throwing a tantrum because she wasn't allowed to go outside. The officers believed her and left after a few reassurances. Mira didn't. The burn left a lightning-shaped scar under her shoulder blade, searing like the betrayal that came with it. She would never forget the scalding pain, the sizzle of the iron, the smell of burning flesh. But what haunted her even more was the silence afterward. No rushing footsteps, no one coming to help. Just her mother's cold voice from the next room. "Clean it up before your father gets home. And stop screaming like an animal." Lana was always the perfect child in their parents' eyes. Blonde hair, blue eyes, cheer captain, always smiling in public. But beneath the angelic facade was icy cruelty. A doll that could hit, lie, and play the victim flawlessly. Every time Lana hit Mira, Mira was scolded for provoking her. Every time she was wrongly accused, she had to apologize. When Lana shoplifted, Evelyn blamed Mira for not keeping an eye on her. When Lana threw a chair and chipped Myra's tooth, their mother just sighed and lit a cigarette. "It's your fault for talking too much." Their father, Marcus, would just sit in silence, nodding at Lana and shaking his head at Mira, as if the real sin was not dodging fast enough. Mira grew up in a house where silence hurt more than bruises, and every wound was buried beneath one chilling sentence: "It's your fault." 14 years later, Mira, now 26, was forced to return to the house she once called home for a weekend. Her apartment was being fumigated and she couldn't afford a hotel. She considered sleeping in her car, but a heavy rain started, and when she called, Evelyn begrudgingly allowed her to stay, "As long as you don't cause trouble." Mira returned cautiously. She brought only a few belongings, kept quiet, avoided eye contact, and never entered the kitchen if someone else was there. Everything passed peacefully, until the second night. In the dimly lit laundry room, Mira was ironing the only intact shirt she had left when Lana, reeked of cider and something stronger, staggered in. She looked at Mira like she was a stranger in her house. "Who said you could use my curling iron?" "It's Mom's," Mira replied, calm but firm. Lana laughed. A sharp, knife-edged sound. "No, it's mine. Just like everything in this house." Mira looked down at the iron. It was still hot. Her heart pounded. "Leave, Lana. You shouldn't have said that." In a flash, Lana yanked the cord and slammed the glowing iron onto Myra's arm. The smell of burning flesh filled the room. Mira screamed and collapsed. The burn tore her skin like wildfire. Evelyn came running. "What's going on?" "She attacked me," Lana said, composed as if rehearsed. Mira clutched her arm, trembling. But her mother's gaze didn't flicker. She looked at Mira like trash. Trash deserves to burn. No more tears. No more begging. Something inside Mira didn't break. It froze. She didn't run. She stood up. And she swore. This time the truth would be her fire. She didn't go to the hospital. She went to the pharmacy, bought gauze, ointment, and bandaged herself. She didn't call the police. Not in this town where her father played poker with the sheriff and her mother sat on the city council. But she didn't return to her apartment either. She went to the one person who had ever believed her. June, her best friend from high school who had seen the bruises and the truth behind Lana's angel act. When June saw the burn, she went pale. "God, Mira, what happened?" "Help me," Mira said, voice steady. "Not to heal. To burn it all down." They turned June's kitchen into a war room. Mira opened old folders and dug through everything. Messages from Lana bragging about teaching the trash a lesson. Photos of bruises, split lips, all with timestamps. There were even recordings, Evelyn scoffing. "She's always bruised, that drama queen." But exposure wasn't enough. Mira didn't want revenge. She wanted to destroy the illusion they had built. Lana had just landed a job at a prestigious PR firm, not through merit, but because Evelyn had blackmailed the CEO's wife. Mira had the proof. From a group chat Evelyn forgot June once belonged to. Posing as a client, Mira scheduled a consultation with Lana. Wearing a wig, glasses, and a cold smile, she handed Lana a thick envelope. "What's this?" "Evidence of who you really are." Lana was fired the next morning. Not quietly. A press release was issued. Her public image crumbled. Weeks later, Mira appeared at a charity gala Evelyn hosted. As Evelyn gave a speech about family values, Mira handed the MC a USB containing photos of burns, audio recordings, and a video of Lana pressing the iron into her arm. The room fell silent. Evelyn froze mid-speech. Her Mother of the Year award vanished overnight. Lana didn't stay quiet. She rushed online crying, claiming Mira had made it all up, that she was the real victim. But this time no one believed her. The evidence was too real, too painful. The internet rallied around Mira, calling her a brave survivor. Lana lost her job, her house, and all her sponsorship deals. Evelyn sued Mira for defaming the family name, but the case collapsed due to lack of evidence. Meanwhile, Mira submitted medical records, threatening texts, and graphic photos. The trial ended with the judge's words: "This was a desperate attempt to silence a victim." But for Mira, victory wasn't in the verdict. It was in making them, Evelyn and Lana, hear every truth under a spotlight they couldn't shut off. There was no celebration, no public post. Mira quietly followed through on a long-held plan. She founded Ashlight, an organization supporting victims of familial abuse, especially from mothers, sisters, and others shielded by the sacred name of family. Ashlight operated quietly but effectively. Hundreds of cries for help poured in, from children nearly drowned, bones broken, voices silenced since birth. Later, Mira shared her story in an anonymous podcast. No visuals, just her voice. "They tried to burn me, but they didn't know. I am the fire." That recording went viral. Ashlight became a refuge for thousands. Evelyn was cut from every social circle. Lana lost her last contract, posted an apology video, and called Mira, "I've lost everything, but we're still family." Mira answered with one line, soft as a whisper, sharp as steel: "I don't need closure. I am the end." She hung up. No rage. No vengeance. Because Mira was no longer just a survivor. She was reborn. Unbreakable, unburnable. And now she was using the very fire that once scorched her to light the way for others.